Welcome to the SR-20 video. This video will provide a general overview of the SR-20, its basic operations, along with installation techniques for installing street print and melting thermoplastic. The SR-20 has been redesigned for 2011. New features include an adjustable dual tank mount, the ability to switch heater orientation from heating borders to heating wider areas, and frame tie-down points for easier transportation. The SR-20 requires two propane tanks to provide both fuel and counterweight for the machine. The factory setup is for two North American 40-pound tanks. Internationally, other tanks can be used, but will require some adjustment to the mounts. Factory tank attachments will need to be removed and replaced with a metric adapter so you can use local tank attachments. Tanks must be between 15 and 18 kilograms for proper counterbalance. Connecting the tanks is simple, just thread in the attachment. The StreetHeat jet heater attaches to the cable whip using a quick connect and rests on the frame cradle. Propane flows from the tanks to the first stage regulator. This regulates the pressure for the StreetHeat jet heater and should be set at 30 psi. The propane flows through the cable whip to the StreetHeat jet heater, where it is controlled by the trigger system in the handle. After the first stage regulator, the propane passes through the second stage regulator, which is set at 7 psi for the heaters. Propane then flows through the spring-loaded handle valve. During use, the handle needs to be pulled back for propane to flow, and will automatically shut off when released. After the handle valve, the propane passes through the shut-off valve, used as a safety if the handle is accidentally pulled. Propane hoses continue down through the connector to the three heaters. It is possible to shut off the inside heater if three are not needed for narrower jobs. The SR-20 is a very simple machine from a mechanical point of view. The machine can tilt, allowing for increased mobility. This is done by the propane tanks counteracting the weight of the heaters. This also works when the heaters are folded down. The front wheel swivels, allowing for easy turning, but it can be locked in place to help you keep a straight path while heating. The SR-20 brake uses a friction plate against the tire. Because of this, the tire must always be inflated to 40 psi. The SR-20 is great for heating border sections and melting transverse thermoplastic lines. The new rotating design offers the ability to change the orientation of the heater, allowing for greater versatility on the job site for heating large areas of asphalt and melting bigger thermoplastic areas. The heaters drop down through a latching system. You should always stand on the heater side of the machine when laying the heaters down. The height can be adjusted through a cable slide system. This allows you to heat areas of asphalt that are not level. Rotating the heaters is simple, but you should always be careful handling the heaters if they have just been used. Using the following steps, you should be able to rotate the machine in approximately 1 minute. First, lock the brake. Then drop the kickstand down. Disconnect propane. Pull a pin and remove heaters. Flip up the frame, then rotate heaters. Again, drop down the frame. Mount heaters using guide points and replace pin. Connect propane lines, and finally raise the kickstand. To rotate the heaters in the opposite direction, simply follow the same steps. The StreetHeat jet heater serves two purposes. It is used to light the heaters, and with a 12-foot extension hose, it can be used to heat areas that the SR-20 can't reach. The StreetHeat jet heater can be tricky to start for first-time users. The issue is the air-propane mix must travel the length of the gun before it reaches the sparker at the gun's tip. So, if you pull the trigger too soon, the propane hasn't reached the sparker yet and it does not ignite. You need to take your time when lighting it. The back part of the grip has a safety to ensure that the gun only works when it's in someone's hands. The front trigger should be pulled halfway, allowing propane to flow down to the sparker. After about half a second, you can pull the trigger the rest of the way, which creates a spark, igniting the propane at the tip of the gun. As mentioned before, the StreetHeat jet heater is used to light the heaters. With the heaters down, pull back on the propane handle and hold it. You will need to hold it back for the entire time that you are heating. Now use the jet heater to light the heaters from the bottom. Never light from the top, as this will cause internal combustion and destroy the screens prematurely. More information on the heaters can be found in the infrared heater video. Screens should have an orange glow with no dark spots. Areas you can't reach with the SR-20 under normal reciprocating operation, you can use the StreetHeat jet heater. This method is not as efficient as the reciprocating infrared heaters. It is very easy to burn the asphalt with an open flame. Always have the tip of the heater moving. Holding it in one spot for just a few seconds can cause the surface of the asphalt to burn. You must keep the tip 4 to 6 inches from the surface, working in a 1 square foot area at a time. Once you are finished with the machine for the day, simply purge the propane lines by closing the tank valves and using the StreetHeat jet heater to burn off any remaining propane. Make sure nothing flammable comes in contact with the hot heaters until they have completely cooled down. Place the SR-20 in your truck or trailer and secure the machine using the frame tie-down points. Thank you for watching the video. We have covered setup and operation of the SR-20 and preparing the machine for transit. Please visit our website for more information on this or any other piece of equipment.